Hello folks, me again. This is the fourth video of the series of videos that I've made titled The Light, Addiction and Depression. The first video, I want to do a recap. The first video was basically the testimony of a fantastic, awesome experience that I had, and how it happened, and the reason why. I was suffering from depression badly, had serious anxiety and panic attacks, and I had an addiction. So, anyways, if you're watching this video, you really need to go back to the first video to understand why we are doing these videos. And also, we're doing this video this way without identity, without a face, because the words are more important than the individual that is speaking these words. These words have come from these kind of words and stories have come from all kinds of different people with similar situations. They've had an enlightening experience, and they are somehow obligated to speak about them, and that's the same with me. I'm just doing what I think is right, because there's people out there just like me and you who need some guidance and some hope, and that's really all this is. I'm not a professional. I'm not a psychiatrist. I'm not a priest. But I am me, who survived a hellish experience. And all I'm doing is just speaking about it. I want to talk about depression and how paralyzing it is. So my opening statement is going to be about a TV show, an episode of a very, very popular TV show that was played back in the 70s, and that's MASH. In this one episode, there was a paralyzed soldier who came from the front, who had nothing physically wrong with him. His arms and legs and body were in good condition, no physical injuries, but he could not get out of his bed. He could not move. He was paralyzed. And Hawkeye Pierce, the doctor, was forced to be tough on him and say, hey, you can't have bedpans, and you have to get up and go to the cafeteria to eat. We're not going to take care of you in your bed because there is nothing physically wrong with you. And Hawkeye was accused of being cruel to this soldier. And Hawkeye didn't want to do it himself. He didn't want to treat him this way. But the fact was that there was nothing physically wrong with the soldier. The soldier had encountered a horrible experience that he could not mentally deal with. It affected him so badly that he just went into a paralyzed state. Depression is much the same way. You're mentally paralyzed, and you can't physically do anything, and there's nothing really physically stopping you from being physical, being proactive, being productive, staying in motion, getting out of bed, going to work, performing menial tasks. Depression stops that ability to be mobile and stimulated. So what do? You have to fight the battle that Hawkeye fought with this soldier, but you have to do it. You have to do it to yourself. You have to tell yourself, look, you're physically okay. You're not dying. The world is not coming to an end. And despite everything, despite how you feel, despite what you're thinking, the fact is that you can get up, that you have the ability to exercise, that you have the ability to go outside, that you have the ability to go to work. But you have to do what you know is true. You have to act on the truth and not succumb to the powerful illusion of paralyzation. You're not really paralyzed. And I say this, in sympathy and not, with understanding. I say it with understanding because I understand that paralyzation. I remember laying in bed, knowing that I had to get up. And I did not want to. I just wanted to lay there and sleep and not move. And I would literally visualize myself sitting up, standing up, leaning forward, and letting my legs begin to walk. And that's how I would begin my day. And I'd walk to the first place, which was the bathroom, and then I'd walk to the kitchen, get me some coffee, and then I'd walk myself outside and begin to do the things that I had to do. So I hope you understand what I'm saying. You have to fight the battle despite how horrible you feel. Yes, I know you may be taking medication. You may be under the impression that this is all a chemical imbalance. And I'm not here to say it is or it is not. All I'm saying is you have to help the medication do what the medication is going to do for you by forcing yourself to be active in some form or another. Be active, even if it's a little active. Start small, then do more and more each day. Break the chain of sadness and sorrow and paralyzation. Okay, so I wrote some stuff down here. Bear with me a minute. Here's a question that I would ask if I were you. How do I let go of past experiences that have brought me distress in my life? In my case, there were certainly past experiences that were very distressing, made huge negative impacts on my life. It doesn't matter what they were. Everybody has them because why? They're human and they're surrounded by, in some cases, insane situations. Maybe you've lost a loved one. Maybe you've been abused. Maybe you've been attacked. Maybe you have guilt about something you did. It doesn't matter, okay? What matters is that experience or those experiences or how many ever experiences are in the past. They are gone. They're done. They are no longer in the present. What's in the present? Okay, remember, what is in the present is you right now. Your depression, your sadness, your guilt, your loss is in the present right now. So you have to ask yourself this question. And I'm very serious. Look at whatever it is. If it's more than one issue, look at them. And ask yourself this question. What is there to gain for you in any way, shape, or form? What is there for you to gain by dwelling on past distressing, awful, horrible experiences that no longer have any kind of active role in your life at this time? What is there to gain? Always ask yourself that question. Ask it right now. What is there to gain? There is nothing to gain. If you are dwelling on the past, you are wasting energy. You are wasting time, because nothing is going to change what happened in the past. But you can change what you are experiencing now. So think about that and know that the past is gone, despite how it makes you feel, and that you can move forward. It's a choice, it's a decision that you have to make. Okay? It takes practice. So when these feelings come, and you're feeling the dwelling come upon you, you have to acknowledge it. And what I do, look, there's a method to this. I what you call separate it, I can't. It's hard for me to say this word. Compartmentalize it. Put it in a compartment, whatever it is, and then in that compartment where this bad feeling is placed, I can look at it, and I can talk to it, and I can study it, and I can say, you know what, you're not really doing me any good. You're not really real, because you're in the past. You're gone. You're done. So why am I allowing you to bother me? So you can talk to it, you can feel it, you can see it, you can touch it, you can move it around, you can place it in your hand and pretend that it's a real thing. And you can scold it. You can say, you know what, you need to go away. You're not doing me any good. All right, so listen to that. Practice it. Treat it like it's a thing that you can touch. If it's guilt, it's the same thing, guys. Being guilty of something you did in the past is powerful, and if you can correct that guilt, if you can make good on what it is that you did that you're guilty about, do it if you can. But if you can't, you have to compartmentalize it. Put it in a compartment, lock it up in a box, take it out and feel it and touch it if you want, but put it back in that box and keep it there. All right. Hold on a second. Also, this is a really powerful one. You may have lost somebody, and you feel guilty for not feeling the loss. You may feel guilty. You may feel guilty for wanting to feel good and enjoy your life when you've lost somebody. Okay. This is something. I'm going to say something that is very difficult to understand, for people to grasp and make true to themselves, but it is true. This is true. Whoever has passed into the next life is not feeling what you are feeling. I promise you. I swear to God. I swear. I promise you, because they've entered into an eternal existence. They've entered into a completely different existence where time no longer exists. Pain no longer exists, and what exists, suffering no longer exists for them. So what takes the place of all those things? What takes the place of our suffering? What takes the place of our anguish and misery here in the present, world of flesh and perishable things? What takes the place? Understanding. Understanding takes the place of emotion and feelings that confuse us. The person who has passed on to the next life understands a heck of a lot more than we do. They understand the purpose behind their existence, and they understand the purpose behind their leaving this world. Now it's our turn to do our best in this perishable state of living, existing, to try to understand that there is reason for existing and dying, and that there is reason for all of the things that come with existence. Being abused, being the abuser, being depressed, being joyful, getting sick, being depressed. There's a reason for all of it. There has to be. Otherwise, I'm making these videos for no reason. No reason at all I'm making these videos. If there's not a reason, why am I bothering to speak to you? Your objective is to try as hard as you can to understand yourself and your existence, and to make sense of it all, to put it into a light of understanding. Again, I've said this before, depression is hopeless if you do not try to understand it. It will win. Try to understand it, and depression becomes less powerful than you. Depression cannot win over an intellect, an intellectual spirit. It will die because depression is a big lie. It's a lie that is very powerful, that one has to fight with all of his strength or her strength, and with all of the ammunition that one can find. And I mean ammunition that can be, religion can help you, therapy can help you, psychology can help you, medication can help you. All of that is ammunition. The other, more ammunition comes from living your life as clean as possible, in clarity as possible. Live your life moment by moment, and fill each moment with something good all of the time. One moment pass, make sure it has something good in that moment that has just passed. And the next moment should have something good in it as well. It doesn't matter what it is. You could do somebody a quick favor. You could give $1 to a homeless person. You could do the dishes. That's a good thing. All of those things are good things. You could vacuum the floor. That's a good thing. You could draw you could draw art, paint art. You could go out and paint some used furniture, which is one of the things I do. I refurbish used furniture and sell it, make a little money. Keeps me busy, keeps my mind on something. So basically, that's what I have for you today. And I'm going to post this video in a week or so, a few days. I don't know. See how it goes. I'll make another one. I have all kinds of material to talk about. I just want to encourage you to continue to work hard, to fight the good fight, and to do what your therapists say to do, and do what your conscience tells you to do. do the right thing, always do the right thing. And eventually, with time and patience, you'll escape this, and you'll become a better person, and you'll feel good, and you'll laugh, and you'll smile. Just, again, realize that the past is the past, and that there is absolutely nothing to gain by dwelling on past issues. Don't let something haunt you. Don't let something haunt you for no reason. Okay? Because what is it about you? What is the part of you that is depressed? What is the part of you that is under the illusion? It is not your body. It is your soul. It is your spirit. It is your essence of being that is crushed, that is being manipulated, that is tormented, that is suffering. That part of you is what is under attack. And you've got to understand something. That part of you is alive forever. It does not go away. It does not cease to exist. So no matter what you think, you have the ability to stop it, to change it, to make your soul healthy again. You have that power because eternity is in control and partners. Eternity and your spirit are the same. Your spirit is eternal, and it's always going to be there, whether depressed or at peace. You can choose peace and then work towards it. And the darkness of depression will fade, and you will have peace. All right, folks. I love you all out there. I appreciate you listening to these videos. I hope you had some good scenery. I live on the east coast of the United States, and one of the things I love doing is coming out here and just listening to the water, thinking about pleasant things and being at peace with myself. Do the same. If you have someplace you can go and enjoy some time alone and be in seclusion, do it. Spend some time alone. Breathe. Focus on your breathing when you're having those really tough moments. Think about the positive things you have in your life. Think about the moment that you're actually in, and know that the truth is you're okay. That's the truth. You're okay. Because you're not the only one out there that's feeling these things. And there's always a reason for it. You just got to figure it out. And know that everything is okay. All right. Love you. Bye.